Welcome back to another edition of the Voice of Reason Sports Podcast. This is the Marvelous One with Dell.
Yo,
Uh, yeah, yep. Look, I don't even have any words for what I saw against the Chargers, man. That was probably one of the worst games that I watched the Saints play in a long
it
time.
was dreadful.
It
It
was dreadful.
definitely was dreadful.
At one
Oh my
point, the score was 5-2. It was
God. Yeah,
terrible to
it was
watch.
a hockey game.
Yeah,
I
pretty
had to make
much.
sure I wasn't watching hockey. And I looked at the board. I'm like, what? What? Wait a minute. Is
Yeah,
that
yeah. I'm
15?
sorry. I'm sorry. It was
Let me
three
see.
to two, then 9-2,
Right.
then 9-5. And surprise,
Yeah, dog.
surprise, everybody. Surprise, surprise. The fifth round draft pick out of South Carolina was benched. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
Really?
And then it was weird. They started scoring on the points though at the end of the game. Like, where these points come from now?
Are you talking about the Chargers? Because the Saints didn't score any points at the end of the game.
Well, it was like in the second half, they scored 20 points. The first half, they scored like 13 or something like that. It was like
No,
13 to 14 points. I'm talking about total. I'm
no,
talking
no,
about
no, 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 no. The
hmm?
first half, the Chargers scored 9.
Yeah, total. Well, how much did the Saints score? Five?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 14.
Okay. Oh, you're saying
And
total points. All right. All
yeah,
right. I got
total points. Yeah,
you.
total.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's
Total.
only 14 points the first half, and then the
Yeah.
second they scored like 20. So
Well,
I'm like, yeah,
yeah. I mean, most of that was from the Chargers because we only scored another 3.
yeah, yeah. I'm still talking total. Still talking total. I
Right.
just, but just the Chargers weren't really. They wasn't. Their offense was dreadful too. They weren't scoring no points like that at
No,
first.
well, I
Like,
mean, what you just said, total points. I mean, it's almost like when Kwame Brown talks about him and Kobe scored 82 points the night Kobe scored 81.
nah, that not quite the same. But yeah,
Kind of quite the same.
I'm talking about a total team. I'm not saying two players. I'm not taking individual. I'm saying the total team. First half, the total, the game. They
Right,
scored.
right, right. I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you heard that interview from Kwame?
No,
He
he said he
said
actually said that crap.
he said him and Kobe combined for 82
Oh
points.
my god. I hope he giggled after that.
He said, "Who you think set all those screens for him?" So yeah, him and Kobe combined for 82 points. So yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
The
really,
Saints
really, really
and the
hope.
Chargers combined for 20 points, but the Chargers scored 17 of the 20 points. Yes.
Yeah, I really hope he was like chuckling and giggling and all that other stuff after the
Yeah,
game.
yeah. It was a joke. It was a joke.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Even close to thinking that. That is
but
ridiculous.
but I mean, I think this should be a fireable offense from Dennis Allen. You know,
Mm.
to set the stage for this, saying that Jake Hayner was your backup, and then when the starter goes down, you pass over Jake Hayner and you go to a quarterback that's on the practice squad. That's not even activated for the games. Like, what are we doing? And that's been his downfall. He's been a great. I'm not going to say great, a good defensive coordinator, but his
Mm.
decision making as far as quarterback has been terrible these past 3 years. I'll go back to when Jameis Winston was named the starter 2 years ago, right? And everybody knows I am not a fan of Jameis Winston. Not a fan.
I don't know. Maybe you should be at this week.
Maybe I should be, but no, he gonna
Bring him
screw it up.
back.
He gonna screw it up some kind of way.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
promise you that.
That ain't lasting.
It ain't gonna last. But
Yeah.
but he named him a starter. Jameis gets hurt. This is the whole. Everybody says he broke his back. He didn't break his back. If he broke his back, he wouldn't be able to walk out on the field and play. Okay. Obviously, he had some kind of hairline fracture or something. He had some kind of injury to his back, but it wasn't
Yeah.
devastating where he couldn't walk. Okay. But anyway, he
Right.
played through the injury, and you can see it was affecting his performance, which his performance ain't great anyway. It
Right.
got worse with a bad back. And so they benched him and said, he'll get his job back when he's healthy for Andy Dalton. Now, Andy Dalton wasn't setting the world on fire, right? So when Jameis was healthy, Dennis Allen wouldn't put him back in as a starter. And it's just that type of, leadership, poor decision making as a leader, I think is what's causing the turmoil with this team and where you lose players and when they give up on you. Right now, the Saints defense is giving up because the offense is trash. And when you make bad
Yeah.
decisions like that with Jake Hayner, you put Spencer Rattler ahead of him. Like, what are
Yeah.
we doing?
I mean, look, the defense did try to hold up. They really did. They were playing pretty good. I mean, not that the Chargers have a great offense
Mm-hmm.
anyway. I mean, the top receiver was out. I mean, they was throwing. I mean, they had what's his name, McConkey. McConkey was going nuts.
He
I
was
think he had
killing
two
it.
touchdowns.
Yeah, had a 60-yard touchdown against us.
Yeah, had a
Yeah.
60-yard touchdown, man. But like you said, man, if you keep staying out there on the field, you eventually are going to get tired. Like
Yeah.
you go to the sideline, you trying to get your plan together, what you're going to do for the next series, and it's like, oh, time to go back out,
Some,
y'all.
but not only
Get
that,
out,
not only
get
that,
out.
the offense is always going to get the opportunities. They always got the advantage, especially when it's one on one with the corner. Like the
Yep,
McConkey play, he was
yep,
one on one with the corner, and the corner
yeah,
took a bad angle,
yep.
and he caught the ball over him. The corner fell down,
Yep,
and ran
yep,
after that. That's going to happen. That's why you can't put your
absolutely.
defense in that situation. The offense is going to break through. Not our offense. The opposing team offense is going to break through because our offense is trash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's pretty much what happened. It was they tried to hold up for a little bit. They was Chargers wouldn't move the ball that much at first, and then second half came
They
and
broke loose.
it's time. Yeah,
Yeah. And I'm not saying that the Saints defense they quit in this game. I'm talking about the past two games. I'm talking about the Broncos game. They
yeah.
quit. I'm talking about because Bo Nix was terrible. They quit. And then they quit against the Bucks. I mean, the Bucks, I think, scored like 21 points in the fourth quarter. This is
Mm-hmm.
after the Saints took the lead based on the defense in the second quarter to take the lead and get like 14 unanswered points. And they lose the game by double digits. It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy. And I think, it's time to hit the reset button, even though the reset button won't help us as far as the players because we're in such terrible salary cap situation. You got to keep these players because
Well, who's
whether
who's taking up your salary cap?
who's that what?
Who's taking up your salary cap? You said you're getting a terrible salary cap situation.
Oh,
Who's taking up your salary cap?
so we got contracts that we restructured and put the money on the back end. So like and then Alvin Kamara just re-signed. He got an extension.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
before the
Okay.
Chargers game. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
why. We'd lost 5 straight at that point. Why would you give him an extension?
Right.
So he's got a contract that goes beyond the years. Like Taysom Hill, he got a big time contract that this fantastic tight end that we have. Like whether he's on the team or not next year, I think he counts 20 million against the cap
Ish.
because they spread the money out into future years beyond the players' playing years. And Cam Jordan, older players with these balloon contracts that we've
Hmm.
kicked the can down. And it's to the point where we got to keep because it doesn't make any sense to cut them because they're going to count against the cap.
Right. Right.
So we're stuck with these players and, we got to hit the reset button on the coach, but we're going to be stuck with a bad team for the next 2-3 years. And that's
Yeah.
just the way it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a tough situation.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tough situation. But on the other side of the world, our
Mm.
situation might not be that much better because you want to talk about stuff. We just paid our quarterback 60 million a year on that side. Um, so
And he got a couple of good
just
commercials.
the stuff is weird, whatever that's worth. For the next foreseeable future, this is what our team is going to be because we can't afford anything else. I mean, I know Mike and I playing and everything, but he only helps so much. He definitely helps you on the pass rush side for sure because we don't have a whole lot of pass rush when he's not there. Apparently, we see that now. But it looks like we do, in a way, defend the run a little better, at least early in games before the offense start doing 3 and outs or 4 and outs and they get tired, and then all of a sudden the big runs start happening again.
Mm-hmm.
Um, um, I just don't know what to say, man. That I thought 10 games would be their max. It's probably more like 9 now, you know, because
Wow.
they just can't you know, when you have a team that has any kind of pass game behind a decent running game, we're gonna have problems with them.
Mm,
We're gonna have problems with them. They have a decent running game, and of course the Lions have a great running game with those two backs they got. And then, you come back and you play San Francisco, who has hurt running backs, but they have a lot of them.
mhm,
And sometimes they'll put Debo back there, you know. But the other guy comes in, Garindo, he comes in, he racks up 85 yards, you know. Um, the surprise and shock on Dallas side is Zeke was the leading rusher
Oh,
with
really?
34 mighty, yeah,
Oh,
with
well,
34
that's
mighty yards
yeah.
and a touchdown.
Maybe that's why it didn't make any sense to me because I was like, yeah, he really didn't do anything.
Yeah, but then here we go in typical Dak fashion. Can't do nothing in the first half. I mean, can hardly do anything first half, and then rack up yards in the second half. CD landed with 13 catches for 146 yards,
Hmm.
with 2 touchdowns. Most of that was in the second half. You know what I'm saying? Because we behind. Well, actually, let me not say that. We were actually winning the first half, 10-9. You know what I'm saying? It was a good game first half.
Hmm.
But the second half, here we go. 3 and outs. They come in, they score. 4 and out, they come in, they score. I think one of those possessions, I think Dak threw an interception. And then
Hmm.
they come back and they score again. So they had three straight touchdown drives in the third quarter.
Hmm.
You know, you can't do that. I mean, if that's what happened, you're not gonna win games. Period. Period. And I get it, San Francisco, but that was a hurt San Francisco team.
That was.
They had a banged up, Debo Samuel.
That's what I was about to say. He killed
Had
me
a
in my
banged up,
fantasy team.
yep. Had a banged up Mason. He was banged up. He didn't even finish the game.
Yeah, he left. Yeah.
Yep. Ayuk is out. Jennings is out. You got so many people out on that team that they use. And maybe that's why the game was close early on. Maybe that's why the game was so close early. But anyway, I didn't think we was gonna win this game. I was shocked that we was even winning the first half. Being honest with you, I've been shocked. Was shocked we was still in that game. Defense was playing inspired, but we just couldn't score points. We should have been up probably 21-9. I mean, 21. It should have been 21-6. I said 20. I said it was 10-9. It was 10-6 first half, and we should have been up 21-6. But we can't put the ball in the end zone. We got to be one of the worst red zone teams in the league
Well,
offensively.
that's because you don't have a running game. You don't have a running back that can get you the tough yards in the red zone. You guys don't
Yeah.
have that.
Well, that's what we were talking about before the season even started. We didn't do anything.
Right.
We didn't do it. We came into this year the same thing we had last year with the addition of Zeke, but that's not really an addition. I mean,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? I don't even know why he brought Zeke back, to be honest with you. But we didn't do anything. We didn't bring anybody in. We brought in Dalvin Cook, okay, who you had a chance to get Derrick Henry,
Hmm.
okay? Derrick Henry lives in Dallas. He has a home there.
Hmm.
Okay. He probably wanted to come. But when they asked him, they didn't even call him, yo. They didn't
That's
even give him
crazy.
a call. And
That's
that's
crazy.
trifling. You're not trying if you're doing stuff like that.
Right.
He's not trying. You had Xavier McKinney out there. Okay. Xavier McKinney, he's a safety. He used to play with the Giants, got drafted by the Giants. He was out there as a free agent. You could have brought in because we need a safety bad, okay? Because we don't have safeties. We have safeties that get hit, can't cover. Xavier McKinney could cover. He's leading, I think he's either leading the league or he's leading safeties in interceptions this year. You know what I'm saying? So there's talent out there for you to get. You don't get them. You don't bring them in. You know what I'm saying? You try to act like you can't afford Henry. Henry signed with the Ravens for $10 million.
It's
Don't
crazy.
tell me you couldn't make 10 million.
Right. I mean, you're
Don't
probably
tell me you
spending
couldn't.
that on a combination of Cook and Zeke and all the guys you got on the team right now. You could have brought in Henry and had some rookie running backs, to fill in the gaps.
Yeah, I mean, you got Rico Dowdle. I mean, Who wants to go into the season with Rico Dowdle as your starting quarterback? I mean, starting running
Running
back.
back. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I get it. You think, quote unquote, that you just gonna, you got your franchise quarterback. You can rely on him, like kind of like how the coaches do it with Peyton Manning. He's not Peyton Manning. He's
Right.
not the type of quarterback. He never was. Even though they try to dress him up, and even that second place MVP that he had last year was kind of suspect to me.
He was second place?
Yes, he was second in voting for MVP. He was the runner-up MVP.
Really?
Yes, last year
I didn't.
he did lead the league in touchdown passes.
So
So he put up numbers. When we won 12 games, he was winning and he was putting up stats.
I would
They,
have never considered him for MVP.
yeah, yeah. Well, he was second in voting.
Mm,
But to me that was kind of suspect though because how he got those numbers. We was getting
mm.
those numbers. Now we only lost 5 games last year, but when we lost those games, he was coming back with big monster numbers in the fourth quarter.
Oh, okay.
It
Okay.
was
Because
always the fourth quarter. He put up 150 yards and 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter.
yeah, so I thought Jared Goff was like second in the MVP voting. I didn't think it was Dak.
It was Dak last year. He was second
Wow.
in vote. Yep. Second in MVP vote.
That'd have been crazy if he got an MVP.
No bull. No bull. But
I
they
I
gave it
think I would have started believing the whole script thing of NFL if Dak would have won the MVP. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Even be
Yeah. I
considered.
don't I didn't understand what they were looking at. Tried to give it credit because maybe I'm just not seeing it. Because apparently, if they voting for him, he got second amount of votes.
Well, I
They
guess I
played
guess
something I'm not
Derek
seeing.
I guess Derek Carr was third. I mean, that only
Derek
big.
Carr was third.
I'm
Oh,
just saying if Dak Prescott was second, Derek Carr
no,
must have been third in the MVP vote.
no,
I mean,
no, no,
it's
no.
got to be
If he
ridiculous.
was second, then Derek Carr was like fucking 12.
Well, I was thinking even worse. He should be like 30th. There's no way in hell Derek Carr should be considered. That shouldn't even come out of his mouth.
Right,
MVP.
right, right. Yeah,
But
man.
anyway,
But look,
that's crazy.
it's gonna be a long rest of the season.
You think it's gonna be a long rest of the season for the Cowboys? How you think I feel? We'd have lost 6 straight.
Well, at least y'all got an excuse. You ain't got to start quarterback out there. You know what I'm saying? Did Olave play? Yeah, Olave did play. He played this week.
Dell.
He didn't play last week, but
Derek
at
Carr
least you got an
started.
excuse.
Derek Carr started the losing streak.
I mean, oh yeah, he lost 2 before he got hurt, didn't he?
Yes,
Or was
he
that
lost
or
3.
the
Wait, I'm
third
sorry. Wait, he lost. He lost to the Eagles, to the Chiefs. Maybe it was just the Eagles and Chiefs because he got hurt in the game against the Chiefs.
right, and he didn't play in the one. Didn't y'all play the Falcons?
Yeah, he played in the Falcons game, so he lost
Played in
that
the
one.
Falcons.
That's the third one. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So he lost 3, and then Spencer Rattler lost 3. So
Mm.
I don't think it would have made a difference. I mean, maybe we would have beat the Broncos if he had
I
played in
think you
that
would have
game.
beat the Broncos if he had a quarterback. I
Yeah,
really because you to beat the Broncos, you just got to move the ball a little bit.
a little bit.
Because their
Right.
offense is horrible.
Right. We couldn't move the ball at all.
Yeah, couldn't move the ball at all.
Yeah. So, maybe we would have beat the Broncos, but I don't know. I don't know because I feel like the defense gave up. They quit in that game too. So maybe they would have played better if they saw something from the offense and they weren't seeing anything. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Now, I tell you now, we play the Carolina Panthers next in Carolina. If we lose this game, I'm not saying the Saints organization, all hell is going to break loose. But all hell is going to break loose in the city of New Orleans if the Saints lose to the Carolina Panthers.
Oh boy.
Fans will completely freak out because this is the low of the low. To lose to the Panthers,
especially with Bryce Young back there.
With Bryce Young back,
Yeah, especially with him back there.
Yeah, that would be awful. And I'll give you my pick when we get to that. Yeah. Let's do our recap. You ready to do that?
Yeah, man. I was just gonna say last thing.
Okay, go ahead.
Say about Dallas is you just can't win when the most points you score is 25 points. You just you're not gonna do that. I mean, don't get me wrong. We scored 33 against the Browns. The first game of the season. But since then, we scored 19, 25, 20, 20, 24, and that's it. And 9. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
You can't win like that. And that's offense. That's straight offense. A lot of people, like a lot of Cowboy fans in particular, are trying to protect Dak. Say, oh, it's not his fault, it's the line, and we can't run the ball, and blah, blah, blah. Look, Dak is included in all that.
Oh
He,
yeah,
he's not
absolutely.
playing well. He's not playing well.
He is not. He's making a lot of mistakes, and you at 60 million a year. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
the expectations are much higher for you. You should be
Way,
like
way,
Patrick
way higher.
Mahomes out there. You should be
Yep.
like Peyton Manning out there. Tom
Yep.
Brady. You don't need a running back. You can
Yep.
throw any. You should be able to throw anybody back there
You
to
should
run the
and
ball.
be in there as long as you should have full command of the offense.
Full
There
command.
should be nothing you don't know about that offense. You should be able to put people in the right place. You should have 3 audibles ready every
Exactly.
time you
You,
come out there.
you should be waving off Mike McCarthy. I got this.
Exactly. Exactly.
I got this. We're gonna do a hurry up. We're going for it on 4th down, Mike.
Right.
Relax. That's the type of quarterback he should be at 60 million.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah,
Absolutely.
I agree with you on that. I think he should take some of the blame, but right now you guys are stuck with him. That ain't changing.
Yeah. At least for the next 4 years, for sure.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, the Saints aren't winning, but my picks are winning. I'll tell you that. I went 13-3 this past week. You went 11-5. Womp 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 womp. Not impressive.
Yeah, you still ain't caught up to me, but it's good.
Oh
You're getting close to that, buddy.
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna have to do the total numbers. I'm gonna have to do the total numbers to figure
Yeah,
it all out. I
you
hadn't had
getting
a chance.
closer.
I'm
That's good.
probably there. I'm probably already past you up.
I'm getting no, you're not. I'm gonna give you a gold star though for getting it closer. So it wasn't a complete blowout for the rest of
I
the
don't need your participation trophy.
Yes, you do. You need
I'm gonna win this. All
that's
right, man.
fine.
Let's do it. Let's go to with the recap. Let's do it. All right.
Let's go.
So we had a Thursday night game. The surprise, the surprise Thursday night game. We had the Rams at home against the Vikings. You and I both went with the Sam Darnold Vikings, and the Rams won. I didn't know Puka Nakua and Cooper Cup
Cooper
were
Cup.
playing.
No, they kept it quiet.
They kept that so quiet. If I knew those two were
Quiet.
playing,
It
I would have
changed
picked the
things.
Rams. They
It,
changed it.
it really does change things because they're at home. Now, if they was on the road, I would have took even if they had them, I probably would have took the Vikings. But at home, you bringing them back and they fresh.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even with the Vikings coming off the bye, I didn't like that. I didn't like that they all of a sudden say, "Oh, they're playing." Like, it's going to change. That's the whole thing with maybe with the Vikings. Oh, well, the Rams will have trouble scoring.
Right.
They will have trouble scoring. But
Right.
you bring them two back, and that helps their scoring tremendously.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Tremendously.
Tremendous. I mean, they put up 30 points. They weren't putting up points like that. And I mean, Stafford, Puka Nakua had 106 yards on 7 receptions. Cooper
Yep.
Kupp had 51 yards on 5 receptions. They killing it. They got pass receptions over 20 yards. Puka Nakua had a 21 yarder. Cooper Kupp had 27. So the dynamics of the game of this Ram offense changes when these two are back.
Big
You
time.
got 2 great receivers. Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't want to hear this about the last play of the game that was a safety, was a face mask. Got it. Missed calls happen all the time.
Yeah.
It, it,
It was definitely a face mask, but like I said, it's stuff getting missed.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does. And there's no telling, even if they got the 15 yards, that they was gonna go down and still score.
Right. Because not only that, they had to score a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
And 2-point conversion.
Yeah. So I'm not going to sit here and say, well, that cost the Vikings the game. No, it didn't. The Rams were in control, and the Vikings had to go like 98 yards to get this. So
right.
Tough. They lost. And we lost because we both picked the Vikings, and they kind of they kept that under wraps that these two were playing.
They were sneaky with it.
Yeah.
They were definitely sneaky with it. It completely surprised me. I thought that they was. I thought it was still on IR. I didn't even know they came off of IR.
Right. I didn't even realize that. Well, I guess right when you go on IR, you're only on IR for 4 games, right? You can get them on. Yeah. So I guess it makes sense because I mean, think about it. The Rams. I mean, what were they scoring before these two came back? They beat the Raiders, which ain't hard. They scored 20 points against them. But before
Mhm.
that, they only scored 19 against the Packers, 18 against the Bears. Of course, they beat the 49ers. And then they lost 41-10 to the Cardinals. So they've been struggling to score, but hey,
Yeah,
when you get your top-notch players back, things change.
it makes a difference.
Yes, it
Heck,
does.
heck of a difference.
All right, let's go to the next one. This was the one that surprised me, and I circled as a bold pick. We had the Bengals at home against the Eagles. The Bengals were 2.5 point home favorites, which I did not understand. And the Eagles won this game. You went with the Bengals.
Yeah,
I went with the Eagles.
yeah. I mean, and it started off like where it was that even type of Steven game I thought it was going to be, but then um, the wheels fall off the Cincinnati
Mm-hmm.
offense.
Mm-hmm.
Their offense just fell off in the second half. It
Yeah.
was when that was happening. Second half, they scored like 7 points. That's it.
Yep. It was tied 10-10 at halftime. And
Yeah,
then the Eagles just put up, another 27 points in the second half.
yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think T Higgins shouldn't affect them that much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? T Higgins should not affect that offense. That don't get me wrong. He's a great receiver. He's a great receiver. I wish he was on the Cowboys, but I don't think he should affect them that much where they couldn't move the ball the way they should move the ball. And I get it. They don't respect any of their other receivers, so they could have bracketed, Chase, Jamar Chase.
Right.
But it still shouldn't affect them that much. I mean, when I saw them playing against the Ravens, they was going up and down the field
Yeah.
at will.
But like I told you, with the Eagles having Saquon Barkley takes a lot of pressure off of Jalen Hurts. Takes a
Yeah.
lot of pressure off that passing game and allows them to mix things up. He had 22 carries for 108 yards.
Hmm.
That's damn good. And that's what Saquon does for them. And I think the Eagles are going to be fine. Um, I think the Eagles are going to win this division too.
No, that was my prediction in the beginning of the year.
That was your prediction. I thought you had the Commanders winning the division.
Nope. I said Philly, but don't be surprised if if Washington wins it because everybody else is down and they're kind of going up.
Right, right, right. Right.
Yeah.
I'm just messing with you. But anyway, all right. Next, this is a surprise one. We had the Browns at home against the Ravens. Um, yeah, we both went with the Ravens. The Ravens were 9 point road favorites, and Jameis Winston,
Famous James.
famous Jameis, comes in and kills it. I think he threw for over 300 yards, or close to 300 yards, to
Yeah.
to rally the Browns to win this game at the end. After Lamar and the Ravens had took the lead,
Yeah.
Jameis comes in and throws 3 touchdowns. Man, that's
Yeah, man.
crazy.
He couldn't Lamar couldn't close him out. He
Mm-mm.
couldn't close it out when they needed to get them last couple drives to score some points so they could stay far enough ahead. He couldn't close it out. He couldn't close it out. Now, I will say this. Uh I know Jameis pulled it out, but he got lucky a couple times because a couple of those passes should have been intercepted.
Yeah, that's
And the
Jameis.
guy just would not catch the ball. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
the weirdest thing. I
yeah.
like the last one that he threw that went right to the guy
Mm-hmm.
and right in his bread basket. And I don't know if he was shaving points or what, but he just dropped it. Said, oh yeah, we gotta hit the over, y'all. Damn, all right, let me drop this real quick. So yeah, he just dropped it for no reason. And the next play after that is when Jameis hit him with that long joint for the touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, I mean, good for Jameis.
Yeah, good for
Doing
him.
and doing. I mean, I know it ain't gonna last, but we know the interceptions are coming. We
we
know
know, we know
we
it.
we know they're coming.
You absolutely right. They're gonna come, and you know you're gonna do something stupid because he did it last week. He did it last week. I don't. The Browns never said what he did, but they moved him to third string as the emergency quarterback and moved Darian, whatever his name is,
Yeah,
Dorian Thompson ahead
Dorian
of him,
Thompson. Hmm.
and he was god awful, so bad that they had to put Jameis in the game when obviously they didn't want to because of
Yep,
whatever he did. And
yep,
then now, yeah, he had a great game. I got to get it. As I mentioned before, I'm not a big fan of him, but I give credit what credit is due. He
yeah,
brought some life to that team. He came out there with his goofy nature to get the team hyped up. I mean,
Yeah,
this was
right.
a team with only one win, and he put him on his back. I mean, I think it's a good situation for him. If he can just focus and control his emotions, he's got the ability and talent to be something special,
Hmm.
but it's just the goofiness and focus that he lacks.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that was good for James. That's all I can say. I
Mm.
don't. We see how long he can stay on this high streak. He is streaky. He's always been streaky.
Yep. Yep.
But we see if he can continue this.
Yeah.
I'll be interested to watch.
Well, I sure hope, and I don't remember if this game is in New Orleans or if it's in Cleveland, but whenever the Saints play the Browns, I will be rooting for Jameis because I didn't like the way they did him 2 years ago when he was the starter and he
Mm.
hurt his back, and they benched him for Andy Dalton and said, "Hey, you'll get your job when you heal up." He healed
Right.
up, was ready to go, and they wouldn't give him his job back. I thought that was dirty, and then I think
Yeah.
that's why Jameis gave Dennis Allen the big "fu"
On
last
that last
season,
play,
the
right?
last play.
He's supposed to nail the ball down.
Yes, yes. And like I told you then, somebody's got to go. Somebody's got to go after doing it, and I doubt it's going to be the coach. Well,
Mhm.
Jameis should get a second opportunity. Don't mess it up, dude. All right, next slide. We had the Lions at home against the Titans. The Lions were 11-point home favorites over the Titans, and they obviously blew that out the water.
Yeah, this is one of the ones I told you, pump it
Yep,
up,
yep.
put that joint up high, because
Well,
this game ain't gonna be real close.
no, it wasn't. 52-14.
Yeah,
I
uh,
mean,
yeah,
the,
it is what it is. That offense was just clicking. Everything they wanted to do, they was able to do. And
what was crazy about it,
then they had kickoff returns. They were doing everything.
they were doing everything. That's what I'm about to say. Jared Goff didn't even have to work that hard. They
Yeah.
actually put in the backup.
Yep.
Hendon Hooker played in the game. Jared Goff only threw for 85 yards.
Wow.
Yeah, he was 12 or 15, 85 yards, 3 touchdowns. They didn't have to work hard. It was just like this game was already over before you even knew it.
Yep.
It was 35-14 at halftime.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
Yeah. So the Lions are for real. And you know what? I'm rooting for the Lions. I want the Lions to win the Super Bowl. I wanted them to get this off their back. The city of Detroit needs this. They deserve this. I mean, this has been a bad franchise for so long. And
Yep.
to finally get there, man, that would be beautiful to see that happen.
Hey, I don't have any hate for the Lions. If they did, I'm not gonna hate against them. I'll probably root for them too if they make it there.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, maybe we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. Keep it together, Lions. And just get your coach to kick the daggone field goals, man.
Yeah,
Stop.
stop going for every fourth down. Man, kick a field goal every once in a
Kick the
while.
field goal, man. You got a good team. You don't have to be that aggressive. Jeez.
For real.
All right. Next slide. Dolphins at home against the Cardinals. Dolphins with 3-point home favorites, which
Mm.
well, now we know why, because Tua came back.
Yep.
But
Yep.
Cardinals still won this game, which I think the Cardinals are for real. Cardinals won. Then they went on like a last second field goal, I think it was.
It was a
Yeah.
drive. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. They kicked
Hmm.
the field goal to win it, 28 to
Yep.
27.
Hmm.
Really good game. And I think the Cardinals are for real, and they might be too late for the Dolphins. Maybe the Dolphins can do it. I mean, they're 2-4.
I
Four.
mean, they
They got
two and
time.
five. They 2 and 5. They
Oh
can
yeah,
go
two
on
and
the
five.
roll. They can go on the roll. I mean, they're in the division to do it. If they were, I mean, don't they got to play the Bills this week?
Yeah, they got to play the Bills.
Yeah, so
Yeah, yeah.
not great to
In,
have to
in
come back.
Buffalo. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know what I'm
Not
saying?
they can't start this week on making this comeback.
Right, but at least they got the offense back, and
Right. And
uh,
maybe
and
and they
everybody put up more yards than they have in the last 3 weeks by
yeah.
far.
And they still got the Jets on the schedule, still got the Patriots on the schedule, so they can
Yep.
get some wins there. So keep your heads up,
Mhm. Absolutely.
Dolphin fans. All right. Speaking of the Patriots and Jets, Patriots at home against the Jets. The Jets was 7-point home favorites, and
Mm-mm-mm.
the Patriots won this game. You and I both went with the Jets. It was just like, there's no way the Jets can lose this game, and they freaking lost the game.
Yeah, man. I don't understand. I don't know, man. I don't get me wrong. I know the Patriots still supposed to have a decent defense. Their defense
Hmm.
still supposed to be decent, but come on, man. Come
My
on.
question is, who does Aaron Rodgers blame now? Who do we blame, Aaron? I mean, we got the coach fired. You got Devontae Adams there. But who's next? What? Who else fault is it now? You lose to the
Right.
lonely Patriots. The Patriots were 1-6 when this game started.
Yep.
All
Yep.
right. I'm waiting to hear, Aaron. I'll be checking out ESPN to see if you're gonna pop up on one of the shows to tell us how you feeling about things.
Yeah,
So
not that they was much better. I mean, they were 2-5. So it wasn't like they were a whole lot better.
well, I mean, they blame the coach. It was Robert Sala's fault that they were 2-5.
Yeah, I just don't understand how the Patriots able to move the ball on them like they were. They went through two quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
May
Yep.
got hurt. They brought in Jacoby Brissett.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, uh-huh. Jacoby Brissett came back.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't like he tore it up like Flacco did or something like that, but
Right.
he was able to move the ball enough, kick some field goals, score a couple touchdowns. Um, yeah, I thought that at least the Jets defense would shut down the Patriots offense.
Well, I mean, it's not like
You don't let
the
them score
Patriots
20. You don't let
don't
them
put.
score 25 points.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. It's not like they did any crazy stuff out there. I'm trying to figure out how did they score the 25 points. It wasn't Jacoby Brissett didn't throw any touchdowns.
Nope. Nope.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
looks like Drake May ran for the first touchdown, was 17 yards,
mhm.
and Stevenson scored two other touchdowns. So there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, but they didn't have like a whole bunch of yards all over the place, so it must have been some turnovers in there too, or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Something had to happen because I
I,
don't see no interceptions from
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 Aaron Rodgers,
Aaron
yeah.
Rodgers. You
Yeah,
know.
I didn't watch this game. It was nothing thrilling about this game for me to watch, but I did see the end when the Patriots, scored the touchdown to pretty much close out the game with
Yep.
22 seconds. So,
Hmm.
okay, all right. Next, we have the Bucks at home against the Falcons. The Falcons were 2.5 point home favorites. I'm sorry, road favorites, and the Falcons won this game. You know,
Hmm.
So I think right now the Buccaneers have suffered way too many injuries, and there's no way they can win. Like,
Yeah, they had. I mean, they tried. They competed.
right? They
They
did. They
moved the
competed.
ball. You
They,
know.
they try
But
to stay in the game, but there's just no way. There's just way too many injuries. Godwin now is out for the season.
yeah,
Uh,
Mike
Mike
Evans.
Evans left.
Hmm.
Yeah, way too many injuries. Did Mike Evans play in this game? No, I
No,
don't think he even
no, he's
played.
out. No, he's
He's
out. Nope. Both
okay.
of them was out. They top two receiver. That's why we both went with the Falcons because without the top receivers, I mean, what
Right.
you
They
gonna
have no
do?
chance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're throwing to who?
Right.
You
I'm,
know what I'm
I'm
saying?
Yeah, I'm thinking of the previous game where they both got hurt. So, but yeah, in this one
Hmm.
here, I mean, Baker Mayfield threw 50 passes.
Yeah, yeah, he was winging it. I mean, Kate Otten was the new Mike Evans.
Right. The tight end,
Oh,
right.
yeah, on National Tight Ends Day,
Right, right. Showing out on National Tight Ends Day.
went nuts, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
receptions, 81 yards and two touchdowns.
Yeah.
Now, if you go look at the rest of their sheet for their receivers, you're like, who are these people?
Right, exactly. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. They suffer way too many injuries, and it's going to be really hard for the Bucks to sustain anything the rest of the season.
Yeah.
But going into this game, we knew they had too many injuries, and that's why we both went with the Falcons.
Yep.
All right,
Absolutely.
we had the Jaguars at home against the Packers. Packers were 4.5 point road favorites, and you and I both went with the Packers. Obviously,
Yep.
I'm surprised you didn't go with the Jaguars on this.
No,
I know how
only
much of a
only
Jaguars
advantageous.
fan.
Only during advantageous times do I pick the Jaguars. It has to be
Okay,
some advantageous.
kind of like
We-
me with the Titans.
Yeah. Well, they came close to losing this. Packers trying to lose this game.
They did, but they got the field goal to win it. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
They came back at the end. But yeah, I thought that I thought that the Jaguars just might pull this joint out at first. It was
I,
looking that way.
I was a little worried. And what happened to Jordan Love? Did he get hurt? Because Malik Willis came in and finished this
Yeah,
game off.
yeah, he did. Yep. They showed us something happened when he was like in the sideline. I don't know if he got tackled or what, but he got up limping.
No, okay,
And
okay.
I didn't hear what the actual injury was. But yeah, Malik Willis was in there.
Yeah, I saw him. I saw him. So, and
And
then
that's when I really thought the Jaguars gonna win.
yeah, but Josh Jacobs had a really good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 25 carries, 127 yards. So that was a smart pickup for the Packers. I just don't know what the Raiders are doing. Why would you
That's what
give
I'm
up the
saying.
lead
It was
NFL?
people out there for you to get, we could
That's
have
right. Back to your Cowboys.
yeah, we needed a running back. We don't go get him. And I'm sure he wasn't didn't cost that much.
No, the Raiders didn't want to pay him. I,
Exactly.
yeah, I don't understand that. All right, next Texans at home against the Colts. This game was interesting. Um, the Texans were 6-point home favorites. You and I both went with the Texans, and the Texans won this game 23-20. Funny thing about it, Richardson,
Hmm.
Anthony Richardson came out of the game because he was tired.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I was like, oh my God, that ain't gonna go over well with the coaches, buddy.
Not going over well at all. And
Yeah.
they're still talking about it. They are talking about it.
What? No, no. The Flacco has already been named the starter for the next game.
I
Mm.
heard that too.
Oh, you heard that too? Yeah. So
Yep.
Anthony Richardson has been benched, which he should
Yep.
be. I mean, he was 10 of 32.
Yeah, he doesn't throw over 50%, man. He throws a nice deep ball, but that's all I can say
That's it.
about his passing game. He throws a nice deep ball.
That is
But that's
it.
all I can say about
Yeah.
him, man. And he's still running around like, dog, how many concussions you gotta get before you
Right.
decide I need to stop doing this. I don't care how big I am. I need to stop running around like this. I better learn to throw.
Yeah. And the crazy part about it, this is a good team. This is a good team. They got good players. They got a good squad. This just need competent quarterback.
Yeah.
And competent quarterbacking. And Flacco is going to give them that.
And speaking of running backs, the Texans picked up Joe Mixon, and he's tearing it up.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
He's telling like all these running backs is out there. You gonna grab one? You go
No.
get Alvin Cook? Come on, man.
Nah, y'all good with the 5'7" running back. What's his name? Is
Who?
it
Dowdle? Rico Dowdle?
no? Who's the real short running back? No, maybe 5'5",
Oh,
5'6".
Deuce Vaughn.
Deuce
No,
Vaughn. That's right, Deuce.
he not
Yeah,
even active, man.
he not active. His dad is a scout. What? That's
So
dirty.
that they did that last year too. He was inactive for most of the game last year too. It was stupid. I'm like, why'd y'all go through this whole thing? You want to come to work with me, son? All that crap. And then you go, he ain't active. Like,
Don't
what?
even use it. I don't understand it. I mean,
Stupid.
I was expecting him to be the next Darren Scrobes out there.
It was such a Jerry Jones move. It was
Yeah,
such a Jerry Jones move. He goes for the hypes and the clicks
yeah. Obviously,
instead of what
obviously.
we need to win.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Chargers at home against the Saints. You and I both went with the Chargers. Chargers 7-point home favorites, and the Saints are a dumpster fire. They benched a rookie quarterback, put in Spencer Hayner, who was Carr's backup, but somehow Rattler jumps ahead of him. I don't
Right.
know what the Saints are doing. It's just stupid. I've just never seen a team that just does things that they know will cause them to lose. I don't get it. Why would you do that?
Yes, illogical. It was illogical.
Yeah, it is. And Jake Hayner came in and looked pretty good. So, but
So they start them
unfortunately
this
for
year? They start them this week?
no, because Derek Carr should be back. So
Derek Carr coming back. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
Derek Carr should be back. So Jake, you got completely screwed over.
Mm. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, you got screwed over. I mean, there's no way we can tell how good you are. Yeah,
Right.
I'm sure you're unhappy about this, kid, but just the way the ball bounces, G. All right, Seahawks at home against the Bills. The Bills were 3-point road favorites. You and I both went with the Bills on this, and the Bills
Another
won.
one. Told you, ramp that up. Ramp it up.
Yeah, yeah, you're
Put the
right.
points up.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think the Geno experiment is probably over with them.
yeah.
To be honest with you. Um, He's all right. I mean, he's not complete trash like he used to be.
No,
I used to think he was, but he not taking that team nowhere.
no, he's not. And like you say, he's not bad. And I mean, he's doing all he can, but he's not that great of a quarterback
Yeah,
to
I mean,
overcome this stuff.
he was missing his top receiver. Top
Yeah,
receiver didn't play, so
yeah, but I mean, they still wasn't winning this game.
no. Uh,
He could have had his top receiver. He could have had Pete Carroll. Wasn't gonna matter. They were losing this
right,
game.
yeah, their defense is terrible. It's
Mm.
just absolutely it's a sad.
Hmm.
Anybody, y'all play DFS, y'all listeners out there, y'all play DFS. Anybody playing Seattle, just take the players going against Seattle. Just do that. Nice and easy. You ain't got to think about it. Just play the running
Yeah.
back, play the receivers, play the quarterback. Just play all the players that's playing against Seattle defense.
Mm.
They'll produce.
Right. Right.
You got
Mm.
Shakir, you got Khalil Shakir with 100 yards. You got James Cook with 100 yards. You got Josh Allen almost 302 touchdowns. I mean, just play the players that's playing against that defense.
Right. All right. So we got the Broncos at home against the Panthers.
Mm,
Broncos were 9-point home favorites, and you and I both went with the Broncos. The Broncos won this game. Yeah.
yeah.
That- that's one thing I say about Sean Payton. Sean Payton, he knows how to win games, man. He just doesn't do silly things to lose games. He put his teams in position. It may not look pretty. Bo Nix may not look like the greatest quarterback out there, anything like that. I mean, he was decent this
Yeah,
game. He
yeah, I'm
actually
about to
threw for
say he had a good
284.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I'm just saying, all in all,
but
I've
they were
seen it.
playing but it kind of gets buffered because it's graded on the curve because they was playing the Panthers.
They're playing the Panthers, but I like
Another
the
team, if another team you playing that
no.
defense, play all the offensive players on the other
But
side.
that's what I'm saying. When he played the Saints last week, he looked bad. He was
Mm,
missing wide open receivers. It was awful.
yeah.
And so, and it's not to say that Bo can't get better. I mean, he's a rookie, so you're gonna nerves get into it, timing is off, all of that stuff gets worked out over time. And but I mean, just saying, right at this point, he's not a great quarterback, but the Broncos are winning games, and
Hey,
and
I
I
see some
credit to
flashes.
Sean Payton.
I see some flashes with Bo Nix. I'm not gonna write out this season on him yet, even no matter what he do this because he's a rookie. But I know he came from a pro style offense at Oregon, and I do see some flashes. It's flashes here and there, but like
Mm-hmm,
you said, he
mm-hmm.
got to stop with the missing wide open people though.
Yeah,
He
got to
do
stop with
stop
that.
doing that. Yeah,
Yeah.
NFL quarterbacks can't do that. Even though I saw Lamar doing that this weekend,
Oh, was he missing wide open receivers this week?
he missed a
I mean,
couple.
he was doing when he was a rookie in his second year. His
Mm-hmm.
accuracy was off, and that's something that he worked on. He got better with. So, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Broncos won the game, and like I said, I figured it would be pretty good this year because Sean Payton just knows how to win games.
Yeah.
All right, Raiders at home against the Chiefs. Chiefs were 10-point road favorites, and you and I both went with the Chiefs, and the Chiefs won this game 27-20.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I'm surprised. I'm kind of surprised that the Raiders even put up 20 points. To be real with you, um, but I mean, it's a divisional rival. They kind of gear up to play
Right.
the Chiefs. This is the
Exactly.
Super Bowl for the year, so they actually beat them last year. So
Right.
um, yeah. Mm.
Yeah. But I mean, when you're out there with Gardner Minshew, this is kind of what's going to happen. He's going
Right.
to fumble the ball and lose it. That's just going to happen. Aiden
That's what's
O'Connell, I
going
think,
on.
is still dealing with the thumb injury or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, hey, it's just got to go with it. And the Chiefs are 7-0. So,
Still going.
all right, let's talk about this. This was like the game of the week. The Commanders at home against the Bears. The Bears were 2.5-point road favorite, which I thought was nuts. And the Commanders win this game off a Hail Mary from Jaden Daniels to what was his name? Something Brown.
That's yeah, that's Noah
Noah
Brown.
Brown. Noah
That's
Brown.
Dallas old wide receiver.
Mm.
He used to play
Well,
with us 2 years ago.
look,
Um,
I gotta say this. Jaden Daniel has brought a winning spirit to DC. this kid is special. He was doing this at LSU, a bad LSU team. He was carrying them on his back. And, he's carrying the commanders on his back. And Dan Quinn comes in, he brings a winning attitude, especially on the defensive end. Like I told you, I remember when he was the Falcons head coach. They had an awesome defense when he was there, and then they had an awesome offense because they had Kyle Shanahan as the offensive coordinator. That was a great matchup, and I mean a great team because of that. And then I think with oh shoot, okay, his name slips my mind. The offensive coordinator now. He was the
For who?
Cardinals head coach for the Commanders.
Shoot, what's his name?
Uh,
Kingsbury. Kingsbury.
Kingsbury.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it was a good mesh with him and Quinn to put this team together. And and then when you get a great quarterback like Jaden Daniels to come in and bring in that winning spirit, this is what you get. This is why I
yeah. I
always say,
mean,
why go after quarterbacks are losers who have lost for 10 straight years. Get a young cat. Those top tier quarterbacks, man, they come in. I mean, even Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams played good in this game too, and has been on a bit of a
he
win
was all
streak.
right. He was all right.
Yeah, well, he was actually not good. He was 10 of 24. But I'm
Yeah,
talking about the games before this. He
right.
had played well.
I
So
mean, think about it. He was 10 for 24, and he really did all that in the fourth quarter.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
He really did that all in the fourth
Yeah,
quarter.
because I mean the Commanders were kind of in control of this game and
Hmm.
allowed the Bears back into it.
Well, you know what? They did a stupid play. They did something really, really stupid. The Bears. I'm talking about the Bears. They on the 2 yard line. I want to
Mm-hmm.
say it was first and goal or second and goal, and they do a handoff to a lineman. Okay, this is a big guy. He looked like Refrigerator Perry back there. Okay, he's playing fullback. They try to hand off to him. He fumbles the ball, and they get the ball back.
That's dumb. When
Otherwise, this game is probably over.
with DeAndre Swift having a game that he had, 18 carries,
Exactly. Why are you
129
being
yards.
cute?
Why
Why
would you
are
be
you
cute?
being cute? I hate when coordinators do this. You go, it's first down on the 2 yard line. You in shotgun. You in shotgun for a wide.
It's crazy.
What are you doing? Dallas does this all the time, and it pisses me off.
I know. I hate that too. Because
They
because
come,
when
they
you
can, you
spread it
can
out like that, you
exactly.
there's not much field to work with.
It's not too much field. The spread works when you got a lot of field to deal with because you get the spacing. You can get the proper spacing.
Right.
When you're on the 2 yard line, no spacing.
Right.
You can't
Right.
go deep. There's
You
no
can't
deep.
go right. And so the defense can play the field.
Exactly. They could play up. They could be aggressive
Yep.
because you ain't gonna beat them deep.
Right.
Saying? Ain't gonna be no deep pass, that's for sure. So, but they did that stupid. Oh man, so stupid. They handed him the ball, and he barely could grab it. It flopped right into the line, and they recovered the
Oh,
ball.
wow. That's
Yeah,
dumb.
that was so dumb. That was so dumb. And then of course you had the Hail Mary thing. People. I don't know why. It's very few teams. I've seen a couple teams do this actually, but it's very few. They will send pressure on the Hail Mary.
Yep.
Don't give him time to set up because that's how it
Right.
even work. Because if you get there, he can't even get the ball down there. The
Right.
receivers can't even get down there before the pressure get to him.
Right.
So,
Because the players the receivers have to go 60 yards down the field get to
exactly.
the Hail Mary. So if you put
And then
pressure
set
on
up.
them,
Yep.
they can't get there.
They
The
can't get
pass will
there.
be short.
Yep. Yeah, you
It's so
hoping he
dumb.
take off running. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what you want to do. So you're not worried about that. You just trying to make sure the number one he'll have a good setup. If he does throw it, and it's gonna be like a good setup where he can just heave it. If he's on the run, he can't heave it like that.
Right.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So, but they sit back and do I don't know if it's a 2 man or 3 man rush, but he had forever. He was run over to the right, look, dodge, run over to the left, set up, look, am I ready to throw it? Okay, I'm gonna throw it now. I mean,
Right.
it was too much time. He had way too much time. Then the people down at the other end, everybody, I'm getting tired of seeing this replay actually, because now this shit going viral. Everybody showing their footage from the crowd, and how
Right.
they
Right.
all
Right.
happy before the joint, and then what their faces look like after. Uh, but the way that they didn't the guy who was caught on the sideline talking to the crowd, the Bears DB, he was
Mm-hmm.
like taunting them. Didn't even know that the ball had snapped. He still
Right.
talking to the crowd, and the ball snapped already.
And
He finally turns around and said, "Oh, here they come. The play done started." And he goes over there when the ball goes in the air, and he runs over. Supposed
it
to
tips
snap the ball down. He tips it up for Noah Brown to catch it in the back of the end zone.
right.
That that was just
Shameful.
so stupid.
Yep. Straight shameful.
So stupid. I mean, I hope they got on him in the locker room.
I sure hope so too. I sure hope so too. Hopefully
Let
learn a
them
lesson from that because I mean, this is like, look, don't show out until the game is over. Until that clock says 0-0 and you got the win,
Yep.
don't show out.
Yep.
Because I mean, that's the type of stuff that happens when you do that, man. But
Yeah.
more power to the Commanders. Happy that they're winning. They make a good run. I can't wait till they play the Eagles so we can see what happens.
Yeah.
See who takes control of the division.
I mean, hey, they beat them last year, so
Yeah, yeah. Different team.
maybe.
Different team last year. Different team.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm still picking the Eagles. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Okay. All right. I was wondering.
No, I'm still picking the Eagles
You
right
still
now.
picking the Eagles? Okay. Well, I
Yeah.
tell you what, Danny D is listening. She said she can't wait to hear what what our opinions are from this game. So
Oh
she's
yeah,
listening.
I would love to have her back.
Yeah, we're gonna have to bring her back. We have to bring her back.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, yeah. All right. 49ers at home against your Cowboys.
Mm-mm-mm.
49ers were 4-point home favorites. You and I both went with the 49ers, and the 49ers beat your Cowboys at home
Yeah, I
30 to
mean,
24.
yeah, I picked them, so I already
Yeah.
knew what would happen. I didn't think we was even gonna be like competing in the first half the way we did. I can't believe we
Mm,
went in the first half.
mm-hmm.
But it eventually happened the way I thought it was gonna happen. I mean, they just start wearing down on our defense, which they always do because our offense can't move the ball, and you back on the field every 5 or 6 plays. If you go look at the Cowboy play by play, you'll
Mm-hmm.
see 4 plays, punt, 3 plays, punt, 6 plays, punt. Five, there's no sustained drives. We don't have those 13, 14 play drives for 8 minutes. We just don't have those. We
Mm-hmm.
never had those. You know. He continues to force feed the ball to CeeDee Lamb.
Yep. Yep.
13 receptions. I mean, and really that was padded stats for real. I mean, it was padded stats. Third, I mean, the second half started throwing them 5 yard, 3 yard passes,
You're right.
screens. Um, and then of course the defense kind of laid back a little bit because they scored 21 points in the third quarter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So um it is what it is. That this is not a good team for Dallas to match up with. It's just that one of those bad matchups. I don't care how good Dallas is, this is always gonna be a bad matchup for us. That style that Shanahan runs with that team is just gonna be a
Right.
bad matchup for Dallas.
Right. They've been giving you problems for years
Oh,
now.
years,
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Like at least 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. Y'all just don't have an answer for what Shanahan is doing.
Yeah, we haven't beaten them. Not with Garoppolo, not with whoever the last quarterback was, that Purdy.
Yeah. Garoppolo, Trey Lance.
No,
Like,
that's Trey Lance. It was Garoppolo. Who was the other quarterback? Uh Shoot. I
It
can't
was
think.
it was Garoppolo, and then Purdy took over.
No, it was 3 quarterbacks. They beat it with 3 different quarterbacks.
Trey Lance was the only one in the middle. Or are you talking about Sam Darnold?
No, that's Sam Darnold. It was another guy. Shoot. I gotta go back and think. I gotta go
Okay.
back and look.
Yeah, you got to tell me
But the
because that.
first but the first one was Garoppolo.
Yeah.
And then it was who was in between Garoppolo and Purdy? Because
No,
Purdy only been in 2 years,
Purdy is in his
right?
third year. Remember, he took over for. Remember, he took
Oh yeah,
over
this is
Garoppolo.
his third year,
This is
right?
his third year. He ended up taking
Right,
over, and I
right.
remember. I remember when Garoppolo got hurt. Trey Lance was playing terrible, and Purdy took over, and they was considering for rookie of the year, which I thought was insane because he only played in like 5 games. And I'm like, how you
Right,
get rookie of the year? How you consider for rookie of the year only playing in 5 games? And Chris Olave is not even considered.
right.
So yeah, this is like his third year because he started all last year.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. And took him
Yeah.
to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
So yeah, well,
But yeah, but that game turned out how I thought it was going to end up turning out.
yeah, yeah,
Besides us winning the first half.
yeah, yeah, yeah. 49ers took complete control of this game. Took a 27-10 lead over y'all. It's crazy.
Yep. Couldn't score since the halftime. We ain't scored nothing in the third quarter.
Yeah,
And they scored 21. There you
yeah.
go. That'll do it.
Well, don't call it a comeback, but the Steelers were 6.5 point favorites over the Giants, and your boy Russell Wilson put on a show.
Russ cooking.
Russ is cooking again. You
Let,
and I
let,
both picked.
let Russ cook.
Yeah, we figured that. I mean, well, they were playing the Giants, so
Yeah, you finally decided not to pick the Giants. So
yeah. Well, what you mean?
credit for that.
Finally decided not to pick the Giants. I don't
Oh
always
yeah,
pick
my,
the
my,
Giants.
my bad, my bad. You only pick them against the Cowboys.
No, only against the Cowboys,
Yeah.
but I had been picking the Titans. That's what messed me all up. Picking the bad Titans.
Hmm.
Terrible.
But yeah, man, he knows that he knows how to trust that 50-50 ball.
Yes,
He don't
yes.
mind throwing it.
But he throws a
Justin
really
Fields,
good deep ball too.
yeah, yeah, and he throws it like I said, he gives it that art where the guy could kind of look and see the ball, make adjustments,
Right.
catch it. He don't mind a 50-50 ball. He did it to Austin, he did it to Pickens. If he sees them on that on that edge and they 1-on-1, safety not open, he's going to toss it up and give
And
him a
that's
shot.
what you should do.
Yeah,
That
you
the
should do it.
advantage offense.
Yeah,
I,
absolutely.
I don't understand why more quarterbacks don't do that. That's what Tom Brady did. You see a blitz coming, and you got man to man on Gronk. I'm taking Gronk every day.
Yeah.
I'm,
And
I'm
there was it was either a penalty or he came down with the ball.
I'm down with the ball. Yeah, I mean, look, your most receivers are over 6 feet tall, and most cornerbacks are under 6 feet.
Yep.
Advantage offense. Take it.
Yep.
I don't get it.
Absolutely.
I don't get it.
Absolutely. It was it was a good game. The what you call it try to the Giants try to make it, kind of respectable at the end.
Try
Uh,
harder.
yeah, they actually had a chance to tie it up. Let me not say that. They actually had a chance to tie it up, but couldn't score on that last drive.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm,
they could have actually tied that game up.
mm-hmm.
And but they didn't because Daniel Jones couldn't move the ball when he needed to.
Right. Right. Didn't he fumble or something like that? Or was that the play where they had the interception?
I can't remember exactly how it ended.
Yeah. I don't remember how it ended, but yeah, they had turnovers.
Yeah, they
They
had
had turnovers
turnover.
that kind of finished them off.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us again. We do this thing every week. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Holla.